That's right, Benson. So what you're talking about is that loot system that Sledgehammer Games has put into Advanced Warfare. So anytime you see the yellow supply drop pop up on the screen for a player, that means he's got a drop waiting for him in the lobby, and it could be a piece of gear for his character, it could be a new skin for the gun, a modified weapon, and it's just amazing to see some of the stuff that comes out. Some of these guys that have been playing here on the stage have been getting these supply drops and being like, oh man, that's badass. This is
We've seen some cool looking
This is a new IMR with increased damage, but decreased range. I might want to use that for a certain situation.
Exactly, that's Sataro. He's popped his cloak exo ability. He's going to be on top of that hill and picks up a kill as well for his efforts. Nicely played. And he has managed to just save a little bit of battery life on the cloak, and he's just going to finally drain it. I mean, just a second left on it, not really worth it, but hey, it's all going to be gone now. And it's worth mentioning, you're not going to get that exo ability back until you respawn next time.
Yep, and so this map is Riot. It takes place in a Baghdad prison in the future, and it's kind of a busted up prison, so it's obviously where Riot has occurred, but
hence the name.
This is Hardpoint that we're playing here. So Hardpoint, again, back in Advanced Warfare. It is back with a vengeance.
So happy. Such a good game type. Really has been missed in the Call of Duty franchise, and once again Sledgehammer showing they're listening to the community, everything the community wants to try and bring back into the game, and they are doing a really good job of doing that. Methods on the Hardpoint. He's just going to be taking his time. Obviously he hasn't got his ping at his disposal. He has already used that in this life. You're going to see a player up top. Is he going to be able to pick up the kill? No, he's not. However, it is a 42 to 20 point lead in favor of Hypergames.
Yep, Maxi here on the hard point, and he's going to pick up a nice kill right there. There's another player contesting it from Ozone Giants, and he gets taken down. So Maxi doing some work up here, maybe getting a little bit of help from his teammates. Yep, there it is. There's that assist. And Maxi not letting anything go to chance, even the dead bodies he's shooting at just to make sure. Very nice shots again out of Maxi, and he is rocking that IMR. This is a burst assault rifle. He's got the red dot attachment on it. And Benson, tell me a little bit about some of the stuff we've seen the past 2 days. What attachments are the guys using?
So a lot of the guys originally went straight for the red dot because it's what they're familiar with. But there's been so much variety. Obviously, the laser sight has made a return. That's something which we've seen a lot on a lot of the SMGs, especially I believe it was the KF5. A lot of people have really valued the laser sight on that in particular weapon as well. There's a nice little attachment which Enable from Team Curse has really been using. That's the advanced red dot, which zooms in a lot more. And look at this on our screen. Maxi has just earned himself a Goliath.
Yep, so this is a score streak that's brand new in the Call of Duty franchise here with Advanced Warfare. This is called the Goliath, and let's just stay on board with Maxi until he uses this thing. But right now, he's just doing so much work. He doesn't even want to stop. He's got a whole lot going on for his team, but I would expect that he's going to use this Goliath pretty soon here.
I think he's going to want to try and get towards the next hard point before he calls that in. He doesn't, because obviously
that's what he should do, and it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to get near the next hard point, get inside that Goliath, and when they show up, the Giants are going to have a big surprise waiting for them.
They really are. As Maxi just continuously slaying around the outside. This is a very small hill to try and break, and I think arguably you could, I'm trying to think, the next hard point would be pretty good for Goliath, potentially.
Maybe he's using a little bit of strategy here. I'm not going to question what he's doing because obviously Maxi knows what he's doing because we've seen some great plays out of him so far in the past 2 days.
Oh, yeah, he's been making some surreal plays. Meanwhile, JZ on the hill. He's going to pick up another kill. They are reducing that deficit, however, it is contested. He picks up another play, just drops down like Batman from the ceiling. Looking for him, it was his teammate. JZ finally goes down, so he can pick up that survivor medal as Maxi now just thinking about going for the contest here. Peeks around the corner, there's one. Can he find the second? He was very tagged up himself, and he did go down. And this is now, as he rotates, may potentially start thinking about calling in that Goliath. Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
I hope he knows it's there.
Yeah, that's going to be kind of embarrassing. Maxi, why didn't you use the Goliath? Wait, what? I had a Goliath?
I had a Goliath, what? We've all been there, though, where we just
absolutely.
I should have used my screen.
Because you tunnel vision, don't you? You kind of just...
You just go. He was destroying so hard, he just wants to keep doing what he was doing, and nothing wrong with that, but, you might want to call this in just so we can all see it.
Yeah, that would be someone should, like, knock on the window and be like, hey, just call it in. We want to see it.
Yep.
He hasn't actually modified the Goliath. You can tell that because on the score streak icon, there's no actual arrows. There's 3 customization levels on most of the score streaks, and they're represented by arrows on the score streak in the game. And you can see he's just opted for the basic one in this scenario.
And you see Azox actually has the turret equipped. If you see in the bottom right corner, his score streak is actually the turret.
Yep.
So I'm not sure if he's going to be able to obtain that soon, but let's see. Looks like they're kind of clawing back into this one. So Maxi actually not using that Goliath they had a lead, and instead of extending that lead with
I
the
think
Goliath,
he
he's
has
kinda
just called it in, though.
He's just hanging tight. So let's see. Is he around the map with that thing?
Maybe not. No,
I don't know.
Still,
Let's see if we can find Maxi.
Sataro, meanwhile, there
Look
you
at
go. I
that.
thought he had just
Perfect
called it in.
timing. Right
Yeah.
into the Goliath, and this is going to be trouble.
Is he going to be able to get
Ozone
into the
Giants.
hardpoint in it? Oh, he is as well.
Oh,
this is
This
going
is
to be some
trouble.
serious problems right now.
Oh, you want to shoot me in the back?
Oh, please,
Get some.
be my guest. He's just going to absolutely terminate everything.
Oh, you want to come through this door? Oh, we did get EMP'd though.
And now that's interesting because I actually asked Machilla, does the EMP affect the Goliath? And he said no.
No, it doesn't. It just affects the exosuit of the
Exactly
player
that.
inside the Goliath. So just here's a tip for you all when you get your hands on the game. It could change from now until
Yeah,
then.
of course, there's
but
still plenty of time.
Right now, the Goliath is not affected by EMPs, although the Giants think it is. And really what you have to do is just put some damage into it.
Yeah, you see the Goliath very weak though. It's on its last slither of health. As Maxi did such work there on that
Maybe it
hardpoint,
does
they've
a little
actually
damage
tied
to
up the
it.
game.
I think maybe the EMPs do a little damage to it, but don't really disable it.
Okay, well, that's good to know down.
Yeah.
Machilla was wrong though, I'd just like to say. Oh no, Machilla was right. Yeah, he said it didn't do anything to them. And as you said, it doesn't. Hardpoint has rotated though. 56 seconds left on the new hill. 125 to 125. Very close game now, Hastro, between these two teams.
Yep, that caught them up. So
It did, right?
Hypergames right back into the game after that Goliath was called in.
Now, methods for Hypergames. His team have control of the hill. He's going to try and slay around the outside. Doesn't connect with anything right there. There's a player behind him on the minimap, but oh no, that's going to be the stun grenade that came in, hit him clean in the face pretty much. And you see just how badly that does affect your movement. And he's just managing to dodge that EMP grenade. Was fired towards him, and he's on the hill as well. So nice play, really, coming from Azox. What I'd love to see him do now is actually calling that ping, because on a hardpoint like this, so close quarters, and you know people are going to be challenging you. That would really, really help. But Methods, actually, speaking of a ping, he just used his.
Yep. So his ping just kind of ran out, so he's gonna have to wait for that to jump back up. But Methods now, he's got the KF5 with that laser sight attachment, which has been a very, very popular weapon here for the players who are really kind of giving it their all. We've seen wide variation of weapons, but when a player wants to really go hard, we've seen that KF5 with the laser sight attachment come out. It's been one of the favorites here so far.
Players love it, and I've heard a lot of people compare it a little bit to the UMP from the Modern Warfare sort of series, and I can kind of see it. It does kind of feel like that. However, Toho is going to be able to kill against that KF5. Nicely played from him. Goes for the second. Bit ambitious there. Was very weak. And that, again, would have been the perfect time to see someone use his stim. Get that increased health regen. Meanwhile, Legend has dropped his ping. He is going to pick up a kill as well. And you may have just seen that flash of red. One of those players just very, very close to him. Actually, on that hardpoint did go down. But you could see him briefly thanks to that ping.
Yeah, and you saw the grenade go in from Legend there as well. He fired that thing through the roof into the hardpoint. Very nice positioning right there for that grenade. And now you see Jay-Z inside the hardpoint. It is contested, however, and here comes Hypergames. It's 140 to 140, Benson, going into the final 2 minutes. Very close game right now, and Hypergames seems to be getting a little bit of extra control over the Ozone Giants. But the hardpoint is about to switch.
Yep.
Who's got control? It is going to be Hypergames.
That's going to be big for them as well. Dallas is chasing someone. He has overclock. Decided not to use it. That would have been, again, another perfect time to try and use those exo abilities. Jay-Z uses cloak, and that's perfect. And what you will note as well is if you're using cloak and you fire your weapon, it immediately disables cloak. You can't fire a weapon whilst cloaked.
Right. So he was cloaked. He ran in. He didn't get spotted. But then, you see the ping in action now. That actually is what the ping is going to give you. You get the red flash on your screen. You're going to be able to see players through walls when they use their exo ability or any exo movements.
Right now, Method's thinking about that rotation. 23 seconds. A little bit earlier compared to what we've seen a lot of players do. Obviously, with the added speed and momentum that you can get in this game, players rotating a little bit later, but it's going to be a 169 to around about a 169. Actually, it's going to be all tied up as we're going into this last hill, I think.
Oh, here we go. And there's an EMP there on Sotero, I think.
They have the lead by 1 point.
Yep.
Well, that's going to go almost instantly. There we go. Tied game in the last hill. Less than 50 seconds now to try and separate Hypergames and the Giants in this hardpoint game. And Jay-Z has spawned so far away. Luckily, though, his team are on the hill. He's going to have to try and use all of his exo boosts and jumps to try and get over towards the hill. Is he going to be able to kill? No, he's not. Jay-Z goes down. Maxi coming from behind.
His teammates are in, Benson, and you see Hypergames now desperately trying to get over there. It's a 1 point game, 25 seconds left to go. Maxi now for Hypergames inside this hardpoint. with his squad. They look like they're stacked in there. Now you're going to see an aggressive push from Ozone Giants. Here they come. They're pushing across the map. Expect them all to come through at one time. One player goes down for Hypergames, and Benson, 10 seconds left.
This is going to be so close because they have actually lost control of the hill. It's going to be contested, and it's going to be Giants who have it. It's a tied game with 2 seconds left, and the Giants are going to grab it right at the last second.